y'all. Well, I am doing another shipment. It's a haul, but it's not from my Stitch Fix, which I just did. And so I'm stepping over all that to get to you. I hope I don't break my neck. Ah, ouch. Okay, so these little Panera bracelets. It's not Panera. That's food. Pandora. Like Pandora's box. That's not very positive. Okay. Anyway, all those little charms. When I just put my hand down, it went right on those, and so it like kind of hurt. But that's my Pandora bracelet. Somebody, how's that for an awkward angle? Some of you have said, would I please show you every single charm on here? Do you really want to see that? Comment below. Anyway, so the real reason why I'm having this get together with you, if you will, my coffee's cold, y'all. But it was really a good tasting. It was full body. It had a lot of flavor. Okay. I just got another shipment, and it is called The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, The Healing Power of Plant Medicine. Now, there's also a guy out there that I really, really do like, Dr. Stephen Gundry, and he has a book called The Plant Paradox, and I'm a big fan of his. I'm also a big fan of Organophy. I do the green juice every day. Comment below if you'd like to hear about my kind of health-oriented things that I do. If you're interested, I'll do a video on that. But this is kind of talking about, it's got two authors involved. It's Dr. Nicole Apollon, and she's an herbalist, and she is a survival skill instructor. Isn't that impressive? She's an anthropologist, and she's a research biologist, so this gal knows her stuff, and she's talking about the knowledge of plants and firsthand experiences making her herbal plant remedies. The second one is Claude Davis, and I think this is actually copyrighted. It's got both of them listed. He copyrighted it, but he is a Wild West history expert and a chief editor at Aska Prepper. And his focus is also on the survival skills that his grandparents would have had, because it's just a few generations back where people did have to do this to have medicine or to be healthy. And so it was looking at the lost ways of our saving forefathers' skills of staying healthy. And there's some powerful remedies that we've lost due to history, and separate true cures from the bogus ones that have zero effect. So let me say this. I've had some people that I've known that were absolute wackos, that were naturopaths. But I've also had really smart friends that know plants, that know vitamins, minerals, and sources for those things. And they really know their stuff. They've studied a lot. Some of my closest friends know how to do this stuff. I also, between other friends and other doctors they go to, and others that you'll see on YouTube that really do talk to you about how some of the best remedies you can have for your body, and this is low level, in the sense of preventative, not in the sense of curative, that, you know, as my husband says, we're big believers in the world of pharmaceuticals, but at the same time, if you can do some things that are preventative, that are vitamins and minerals and plants that come from your environment, and it's an ongoing practice, that are natural, organic, and better for your body without all the additives, without added chemicals that aren't necessarily good for your body, let's look into that too. So I do not claim at all, that's why I got the book. I don't claim to be very educated at all on the naturopath side of things, or the natural side of things, or the organic side of things. And as you can see, there's all kinds of remedies that are going to be mentioned in here. And I think no matter what it is, you should run it past your medical doctor and make sure, because things that come from plants, things that are natural, things that are organic, still can have an interaction with other medications you may be taking. Because they're good, and because they're active, and because they have effects, you have to be sure that there's not a conflict with what you're taking. And also, how does your Western doctors and Eastern doctors may disagree, but a lot of them work together, y'all. A lot of them work together. And so I think it's worthwhile. Like this is talking about white mustard. It's talking about skullcap. It's talking about pulsatilla. It's talking about mallow. It's talking about leeks. It's talking about garlic. And there's even a section in here in the garlic section. Hold on, let me get to it. About cancer treatment. And it says, greater burdock is known to kill cancer cells. Period. Mark that page. Now, do you think that the cancer treatment world, the traditional medicine or the Western medicine, hasn't figured that out? Maybe, maybe not. Is it all a big hoax because they want to make money on you? Oh, I'm sure Big Pharma wants to make money on you. That doesn't mean that they're invalid. So just be careful. Educate yourself. Take it with a grain of salt, no pun intended. But go ahead and look and ask your doctor about these things. And always have an open mind as to how they answer and why they might answer that way. You know, hospitals are businesses. Don't knock that. They have to stay open. They have to make money. And because so often people come through the door with no insurance and they're going to treat them anyway, the rest of us who do have insurance or do have money that are paying the bills, foot that bill. I don't even have a problem with that. But because of that, a lot of the hospitals or hospital administrators kind of build in a little base to pay for things. And so, you know, sometimes it's flat out wrong and evil. And sometimes it's just they're trying to get by. And it's not so much evil as it is, hey, we're just going to do this, but it's not going to hurt anybody kind of thing. Until we get home to Jesus Christ in heaven, I don't think we're going to know all that for sure. But I think you do have to educate yourselves, ladies, especially if you're mothers, wives, and you are looking out for the health of your family. You need to educate yourself just so that should the Holy Spirit prompt you, don't do that. This is why. Remember when you read this? Or, do that, because remember this, it's good to go ahead and educate yourself and let the Lord bring it to your remembrance where that might have a good application, or it might not. And so I think it's good. I've decided to start with this, and I definitely will be meeting with my doctor. I started to say her name, I shouldn't say her name, and say, have you seen this book? Have you read this book? It's kind of on the bestseller list, so I'm wondering, you know, do doctors read this, or do you consider this a total hoax, or what? Also, when I've seen that on the news media, sometimes they say things are a total hoax that are just because they don't want you to know, because they're truly evil and wrong, and they are trying to make money, and it's a crime against humanity. It really is. But they're never going to tell you that. So I think that you have to use discernment. I think you have to pray about health. In the long run, y'all, ain't nobody getting out of this world alive. That's what my daddy used to tell me. And so I think it's important for us to say, as long as I'm here, I want to try to be as healthy as I can. There's some things I'm going to do that are flat out not healthy, like having a piece of cake or eating some cheese or having a glass of wine. There's some properties about the wine, but whatever. There's certain things that they just have a non-health benefit. And there's other things that have a health benefit. There's some things that you do because you just flat out enjoy it and you're willing to take that chance and make up for it. There's other things you can't make up for the damage that's done. So I think it's really important that we do pray about our food. God tells us that we are to offer our body as a living sacrifice. We're supposed to take care of it. We're, as mothers and wives and friends, we're supposed to help take care of other people. But you can only offer advice. You can only offer what you've learned. You cannot force another person, and nor should you. And except your own children who are in your care, then it's your responsibility. But to an age. But anyway, I just thought y'all might find that interesting. Again, it's the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, The Healing Power of Plant Medicine. Another one, and this one is by Nicole Appolian and Claude Davis. The other one that I have heard a lot about, and I do agree with him, is Dr. Stephen Gundry, Gundri, The Plant Paradox. And he's been on like Dr. Oz and just, you know, it's pretty well known. That doesn't always mean something, but I do like him, and I have used his, his red, I think it's the red one, because it has all the berries. But the problem is when I got it, it tasted like beets, and for those of you who love beets, good for you, but I don't like beets, and so I sent it back, my unused portion, and asked for a refund. I'm rethinking that. I think I probably should have held on to it, because beets are really good for you, for one thing. They're a great source of iron. But also, I I think it may have been something I just needed to get used to, because when I did organophy, I didn't like the mint taste in the green juice, and now I love it. Now I've gotten used to it, and I don't even like mint for like a drink or something. But it's gotten to where it's so refreshing, especially in the summertime, and I put it on ice, and then I shake it up in a shaker. It's very highly milled powder of all organic greens that have been ground down. And so it's great to me. I mean, I love it. If you would ask me, Beth, have you lost weight? Beth, do you feel healthier? No and no. But something about it, because it's got spirulina, broccoli, kale, a lot of the greens that I know I should be eating anyway. And yes, it is powdered, but when I've read about how they go about it, I actually do believe him. I do believe him. And that's my choice. And so I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just saying, if you're interested, by the way, I'll be happy to do an organophy review of what I take every day. And I mean, obviously I believe in it enough that I keep taking it, which, you know, it costs money, so I keep paying for it. So, I don't know. No, by the way, I'm not sponsored at all. Y'all know. Nobody knows me. I've got 2,000 followers. It's not like I have 1,000,000 followers. But I love y'all, and I can only offer to you things that I have tried and things that I feel strong enough about that I'm still using them. And I haven't had any side effects or anything like that. And I don't think I would be, because of the nature of it. But anyway, comment below if you would like me to do a video on that. And anyway, whatever you need to do to stay healthy, try to do the best that you can. And I'll see you guys again soon. I love y'all so much. And I appreciate your support. Please hit the subscribe button if you've never had it before.